I am the S-ranked talisman mage. Every student laughs at the so-called trash tier job. Yet, I spent 3 days preparing 100,000 blast talismans, all to one-shot a boss no one dares to touch. Everyone says I have a death wish. Even my girlfriend, who just awakened as an SS rank ice mage, dumped me on the spot and threw herself into the arms of the young master of the Drake family. But what none of them know is that my talismans cost 0 mana, no cast time, just a single thought. 10,000 talismans unleash at once. The moment I drop the 100,000 blast talisman into the dead well of Deadwood Town dungeon, I say one word: boom. A mushroom cloud tears into the sky in one go. I jump straight from level 0 all the way to level 10, and the woman who put me down is standing arm in arm with her new man at the auction hall entrance, waiting to scoop up whatever scraps I leave behind. Meanwhile, up on the stage, the mustachio director is delivering his speech with great conviction. Once you awaken your class, you become an awakened, and you must defend the borders, protect the people, and punish the wicked. I wish each of you the class you have always hoped for. May your generation be the one to reclaim humanity's lost lands. But the students below clearly aren't taking it to heart. Generation after generation. How many years has it been? Humans awaken, their classes become awakened. Yet the monsters keep getting stronger too.
Reclaiming the lost lands?
Not happening. As for defending the people and punishing the wicked,
people can do it, but almost no one actually wants to. Otherwise, the slums would never have existed.
And Lucian is one of the slum zone. A student waiting today to awaken his class. Like everyone else from the slums, Lucian pins his hopes on awakening something powerful enough to change his fate.
He is a transmigrator, but in this world,
beyond the high walls lies monster territory. Instance dungeons are everywhere.
Without power as an awakened,
you can do nothing soon enough. The director has the teacher's call roll. One by one, students walk up to the awakening capsule on the stage. A 10-foot crystalline egg shimmering with light, ancient runes flowing across its surface. Anyone who has turned 18 steps inside and awakens their class. Gao-Yu rank Berserker next.
Next, Wang Yang, B rank Archer. Next.
At first it is all B rank and A rank classes, nothing that turns heads. But then dozens of students later, Lily Shuang SS rank. Ice Mage next. Wait, what SS rank is this? The first SS rank awakening our school has ever seen. And of all people, Lily Shuang. Already gorgeous and now an SS rank awakening too. Is she heaven's favorite or what? SS rank is impressive, sure, but she's an Ice Mage. If I remember right, Lily Shuang is from the slums. She's this talented. Rich men will line up to back her. Rich men backing her, ha. And what do you think they'll want in return? Shh, keep it down. Lucien is right there, he's her boyfriend. The whisper is barely audible, but Lucien catches every word. And yes, Lily Shuang, who has just awakened as an SS rank Ice Mage.
His childhood sweetheart from the slums.
They even made a promise: whoever awakens, the stronger class takes care of the other. Now she has awakened SS rank. Does he even stand a chance of surpassing her? Lucian doesn't know, but he quietly vows to himself, no matter what class he gets, he will push forward on his own. Lucian glances over at Lily from a distance. After returning to her class, she brushes off the compliments from her classmates and starts typing on her phone, probably texting her parents with the good news. Lucian doesn't pay it much mind. He keeps waiting. About an hour passes. Then it is his turn. Lucian steps into the awakening capsule. A strange energy envelops him. It wraps around him completely. Then countless runes seem to swirl before his eyes. Talismans over the years of study. He has learned about every class out there. What he is seeing right now, it has to be Talisman Mage. Sure enough, the moment the thought forms, a rush of information floods. His mind awakening successful. S-rank Talisman Mage. Starting Talisman Blast Talisman. The two messages land, and Lucian's awakening is complete. The teacher on duty reads the result, voice carrying just a hint of disappointment. Lucian S-rank Talisman Mage. The Talisman Mage is the embarrassment of all S-rank classes. Every other S rank can learn new skills over time,
Hunt monsters, and even get skill books to drop.
but the Talisman Mage beyond the one starting talisman.
That's it. No monster has ever dropped a talisman.
So,
Talisman mages have no way to learn additional skills.
other classes get a new skill upon class advancement, but a Talisman Mage, even if you grind all the way to level 30, your advancement reward.
It's just the ability to keep leveling.
Nothing new. Why is the Talisman Mage like this? Nobody knows, but everyone knows one thing. If you awaken as a Talisman Mage,
You would be better off with a C rank class.
Lucien steps out of the awakening capsule, even having time to feel disappointed, because the moment he does, a mechanical voice sounds in his mind. Congratulations, player awakening as Talisman Mage. Complete class system successfully activated. Incomplete class data detected. Initializing patch Talisman Mage upgraded to X rank. Passive ability 1 talismans have no cast time. 0 mana cost passive ability 2. Every 5 levels gain 1 new talisman type. This string of notifications tells Lucien
The system is real.
the Transmigrator's bonus has finally arrived,
The system upgrades his talisman mage from S rank
all the way to X rank, and throws into absolutely broken passive abilities.
Lucien knows the road ahead is going to be unstoppable.
He is about to go find Lily and walk home together,
Figuring out their future grinding strategy.
when Lily walks over to him first. Lucien can clearly see something is off on her face. His stomach drops, something is wrong.
Something is wrong.
Lily stops in front of him, hesitates for half a minute, then seems to reach a heavy decision. Lucien, let's break up. Her voice isn't loud, but everyone around them hears it. Heads turn all at once. Maybe the stares make her feel the shame of it. Her fair face flushes red, but she doesn't back down.
She needs backing. She needs a lot of money to level up.
Staying with Lucien, relying on a Talisman Mage to fund her leveling, buy gear, buy skill books.
It isn't enough. Her mind is racing right now.
Searching for whatever excuse will let her keep her dignity. But Lucien's answer catches her completely off guard. Sure, just one word, calm.
Calm.
Easy, like it doesn't matter at all.
It even makes her angry. What does that mean?
Are all those years as childhood sweethearts really worth this little? Or is she just that easy to let go? What did you just say? She can't believe it. So she asks again, you want to break up? I'm letting you, is there a problem? Lucien looks at her completely unmoved. He never expected this kind of drama to happen to him. But since she has made her choice, he will let her walk it even without the system. Even if he were just a nobody, he would still say yes, someone like her is not worth it. All the lines Lily had been rehearsing go to waste. In the end, she grits her teeth and speaks. Lucien, I hope you won't blame me. We're just not meant for the same world. Forcing it would only make us both miserable. Blame you, no.
No, like you said, we really aren't from the same world.
Lucien shakes his head and turns to leave. Right then, someone in a sharp suit steps forward, dripping with arrogance, and blocks Lucien's path. Lucien, he says with a smug grin, I told you back then, what good is studying hard? When graduation comes, people make their own choices. Oh, and out of respect for Lily, if you're interested, my family is hiring a doorman. Lucien recognizes this person. This is Drake Holt, young master of the Holt family of Jochung. He had pursued Lily many times before, but Lily had always firmly turned him down. It seems the money has changed her answer. Back then, she probably still held a shred of hope for Lucien. After all, Lucien had always been top of the class. Maybe he would awaken something powerful and turn things around compared to Drake.
Lucien is also better looking.
If he had real potential, a smart woman would pick him today. The moment Lily's awakening result came out, Drake had already messaged her. Even knowing her class would cost a fortune to develop, she still didn't say yes to Drake. She waited because she believed Lucien truly loved her. If he awakened anything decent, he would work hard to provide for her. But she saw what Lucien awakened. S-rank Talisman Mage.
S rank, sure.
That matches his grades, but it is a Talisman Mage. The most worthless class of all. The moment she saw it, Drake stopped hesitating too. She said yes to Drake now. As Drake hurls his insults, Lily steps to his side and murmurs, "Drake, let's go." She takes his arm and walks away. Poor guy, of all the classes he could have awakened, why did it have to be Talisman Mage? You can't blame anyone else. Honestly, if it were me, I would have chosen Drake too. And if you ask me, the mistake was agreeing to be Lucien's girlfriend in the first place. Keep it down. You want to get yourself killed. Lily is an SS rank ice mage.
You're talking about her behind her back like that?
These whispers and gossip. Lucien lets them go. They are nobody, just strangers passing through. Lucien walks home to the slums.
The walls of the room are cracked and crumbling.
This tiny house is the only thing his parents left behind. His mother had always been in poor health,
and with no proper medical care in the slums.
She passed away when Lucien was just 5. His father died when Lucien was 12, on a monster hunt with Lily's father, and never came back. Lily's father was badly wounded in that same hunt and spent a long time recovering. After that, he never dared to hunt again. Just took cheap labor work inside the city. That Lucien survived at all to this day is thanks to the Federation's policy, free schooling and a living allowance until 18, after which you are on your own.
Because by then you have awakened.
And the Federation is done taking care of you. Lucien sinks into the worn-out couch and starts planning for tomorrow. Right, the place for grinding levels. That spot might be perfect.
Lucien suddenly remembers something Uncle Lou mentioned.
When he came back from that hunt long ago, the boss dungeon they had entered was Deadwood Town, a level 30 dungeon. Deadwood Town has no regular monsters,
Only one boss.
lurking inside a deep well within the town. The boss does not attack on its own.
The moment you strike
It climbs out of the well and starts hunting. The boss is terrifyingly powerful, undefeated by anyone below level 30. A whole squad of level 30 awakened tried to hunt it and lost. Those who have completed class advancement above level 30 cannot enter the dungeon.
So the boss has never been killed.
A target that gives me all the time I need to prepare. Not going for it would be a waste, and it is time for some payback. Lucien clenches his fist, his current talisman. The blast talisman only detonates on his command. That means as long as he does not trigger it, he can stack 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 and inside a pre-advancement dungeon. 100,000 blast talismans is more than enough to turn that thing to ash.
Of course, blast talismans don't last forever.
There is a time limit, 6 hours.
Every other talisman has the same restriction.
Without this limitation, talisman mages would never be considered worse than some C-rank classes. For other talisman mages, 6 hours is barely enough to produce a handful of talismans because they have to manually draw each one in the air, slowly burning mana to shape every stroke. But for Lucien, one thought is all it takes. The blast talisman simply appears in 1 second. Lucien can generate 10 of them. He rests easy that night. The next morning, Lucien heads to the south gate of Juocheng, where the gate guard asks, "Hey kid, where are you headed?" The gate opens onto several routes. Safe ones lead straight to the dungeons, which are monster-free zones. Dungeons are the best grinding spots around,
Because the monsters inside follow predictable patterns.
Many dungeons have guides left behind by veterans,
Follow the guide, coordinate well.
and you can clear it without taking a single hit. The unsafe routes lead into the wild, where monster behavior is completely unknown, so low-awakened below-class advancement are generally not allowed to go out there. And even advancement, higher awakened are advised to travel in groups to watch each other's backs. Lucien looks so young. The guard can tell immediately he is a fresh awakened, heading out to grind. It is graduation season, and new awakened have been flooding in all week. Dungeon Zone 3, Lucien says. Zone 3, got it. The guard opens the gate without hesitation. Beyond it, a shuttle bus runs straight to the zone. 5 or 6 people are already on board, and a few of them seem to recognize Lucien. Their expressions practically scream, did Lucien really come here to grind alone? But none of them say a word. Whatever they think, they keep it to themselves. Lucien finds a seat. A few more minutes pass. 2 more people board and the bus, having waited its full 30 minutes, departs right on schedule. -1 minutes later they arrive at Dungeon Zone 3. It is not a single dungeon. There are multiple to choose from, but one dungeon entrance stands completely empty. That one is exactly where Lucien is headed. The Deadwood Town Dungeon. Kill the boss, massive payoff. But just as Lucien starts walking toward the Deadwood Town Dungeon entrance, 2 familiar faces are heading his way. Drake Holt and Lily Schwang, with a middle-aged man walking behind them, clearly someone hired to carry them through. Lucien didn't think you'd have the guts to grind solo out here. What's the plan? Fumble your talismans and let the monsters eat you alive. Is that how bad you want to die? Drake sneers Lucien. Just go back, Lily chimes in, her voice warm and gentle like a concerned neighbor. Nobody's going to group with you. Going solo is too dangerous. Lucien almost has to admire her. She broke up with him yesterday, and already she can pull this off. The mental gymnastics she has pulled off are truly impressive. Mind your own business, Lucien says, giving neither of them any warmth. They came to find him for one reason only, to show off, to lift themselves up by putting him down. People like that deserve no courtesy. Lucien, stop playing high and mighty in front of me. If you've actually got what it takes, let's see who reaches class advancement first. You dare, Drake snaps. Every time he tries to bait Lucien, Lucien doesn't even blink. It makes Drake look like a fool. He needs to drag Lucien into this. Only then can he stop him for good. Raise to class advancement. What are we betting? Lucien asks. If you win, I'll give you 1 million. If you lose, it's simple. Get on your knees and bow to me. How about it? Sounds like a pretty good deal, right? Drake smirks. 1 million. Lucien couldn't care less. Here's a better one. In 1 month, there's a school reunion. At that point, whoever loses gets down on their knees in front of the whole school. You win. Even a clay figure has its breaking point. Drake keeps poking. Letting it slide forever is not an option. The only way to shut someone like this to make him hurt, right? Then Lily speaks up. Lucien, nobody reaches class advancement in a single month. That comment snaps Drake back to his senses. First advancement is level 30. Second is level 50. Third is level 100. In her eyes, 1 month is nowhere near enough to hit level 30. She scoffs. Lucien, you sneaky little, are you planning to claim neither of us made it to advancement and call the bet off? Fine. If it's a 1 month bet, then let's just see who has the higher level deal. Lucien agrees without missing a beat. At the same time, he gives Lily a cold, quiet look. Right now, he is genuinely glad he broke up with her. What a vicious woman. That little addition she just made to the bet. She wants him dead because in her eyes, there is no way Lucien can out-level Drake. See you in a month then, and don't you dare chicken out, Drake says, then heads off with Lily toward their grinding dungeon. Lucien watches them go. A quiet, contemptuous smile crosses his face. Then he turns and walks alone toward Deadwood Town Dungeon. There is no line at the entrance. Lucien steps up, scans the dungeon data, and walks straight in. Deadwood Town Dungeon recommended level 30. Party duo solo. 3 options. Lucien selects solo. A beam of light washes over him, and his vision goes dark. He finds himself inside a deathly quiet town. The streets are completely empty. No people, no animals, not even insects. Then the system chimes. High threat creature detected nearby. Slay it to receive reward. Grandmother Jade pendant, a triggered quest. Interesting killing this boss just became. 2 wins in 1. Lucien heads into the town with a grin and quickly finds the dead well, peering down into its silence. The kind of silence that makes the skin crawl. Lucien stares into the well, focuses his mind, raises a finger, and talisman after talisman shoots from his fingertip, zipping into the darkness below. It is a tedious process, but Lucien cannot afford to be sloppy facing this boss. Every precaution is necessary. The well is unfathomably deep. Even after 5 full hours, Lucien cannot see the bottom, let alone the talismans he has been dropping in. With 5 hours of blast talismans, Lucien is certain the count is well past 100,000. He does not detonate yet. First, he moves to the edge of the town, His own blast talismans cannot hurt him, but he's worried about what happens if things go wrong. If the boss down there survives, the one dying will be him. Even a 1 in a billion chance is reason enough for caution, because right now he is nothing but a glass cannon. He reaches the outskirts, and from here, he can see the dungeon entrance not far behind him. If the blast fails to finish the boss, he is running straight out of that entrance without looking back. Lucian forms a one-handed seal and speaks a single word. Detonate the word becomes law. A deafening roar erupts from within Deadwood Town, and a mushroom cloud tears into the sky. Then a voice rises in his mind, not the cold mechanical tone of the system, but something soft and warm like a speaking. Successfully slain level 30. Deadwood Town Venom Serpent of the Well. Experience gains 6,000 points. Congratulations, level 1. Level to level 10. 6,000 experience points. Launch Lucian's level straight to 10. For a normal person to reach level 10, even with someone carrying them, takes 2 or 3 days. It is not easy. First kill of the Venom Serpent of the Well. Drop reward Serpent Dragon Staff. Fireproof Robe Serpent Dragon Blade. Serpent Dragon Scale Armor. The items materialized in Lucian's inventory. The inventory itself awakened alongside his class. It automatically collects monster drops. With unlimited slots though, can only hold monster drops. Nothing else. Then the system sends one more alert. Quest complete reward. Grandmother Jade Pendant. The Grandmother Jade Pendant is for talisman mages only. Effect conceals the wearer's level. Increases all talisman power by 200%. Every 10 levels gained unlock to new talisman types. Swift Talisman applied to the legs. Increases speed by 500%, duration 10 minutes. Mending Talisman restores 50% of a single target's health and removes all debuffs. 3 new talisman types at once. Lucian skims through the effects of his new talismans and cannot help but shake his head. An S-rank talisman mage. What does that have to do with an X rank? Lucien checks his stats. Name Lucien. Age 18, class X rank talisman mage. Level 10 experience, 500 out of 1,000 health. 2,000 strength, 100 defense, 100 agility, 100 magic, 500 mana, 1,000 talismans. Blast Talisman, Swift Talisman. Mending Talisman for epic tire equipment pieces. The 2 new talismans are both support types, but their value is massive. The Swift Talisman lets him escape fast monsters and create distance. The Mending Talisman is self-rescue. When wounded, one talisman restores half his health. Incredibly powerful. His offensive needs are covered by the Blast Talisman, so he does not need attack-type talismans for now. Lucian binds and equips the Grandmother Jade Pendant. The moment it settles against his chest, it suppresses his presence entirely. Even an awakened, far stronger than him, would see nothing but a level 0 ordinary person. Next, he inspects the gear he just obtained. Serpent Dragon Staff required. Level 30 class mage quality. Epic effect. Magic plus 200 mana plus 1,000 magic type skill bonus. 50% damage to non-boss monsters plus 30% active skill. Serpent Dragon Frost Flame. S-rank summons a spectral serpent dragon that breathes frost flame, dealing massive area of effect damage. Mana cost 1,000. Fireproof Robe required. Level 30 class mage talisman mage warlock. Quality epic effect defense plus 100 fire resistance. Plus 50 active skill. Firewall shield forms a protective barrier, blocking all fire damage for 5 minutes. Serpent Dragon Blade required. Level 30 class warrior swordsman. Quality epic effect strength plus 500 strength and agility. Skill bonus 50% Serpent Dragon Blade damage to non-boss monsters. Plus 30% active skill none. Serpent Dragon Scale Armor required. Level 30 class Knight Berserker. Quality epic effect defense plus 300 health. Plus 1000 active skill. Counter reflects 5% of damage received. For epic tire pieces. But the only one Lucien can actually equip is the fireproof robe. Its stats are not the strongest compared to the others. The numbers are too low, but its active skill is absolutely broken. Firewall shield block all fire for 5 minutes. Meaning for 5 full minutes. He is immune to fire entirely in certain situations. That is going to be invaluable. As for the other 3, they are powerful but useless to him. He will have to head back to the city and sell them. Lucien is confident they will fetch an excellent price. Epic tire gear, even at level 30, is worth at least $1 million, because under normal circumstances, killing a level 30 boss drops at most 1 piece of epic gear. Lucien got for because this was a first kill, and first kills come with boosted drop rates. These pieces also have no level restriction to equip, as long as your class qualifies, because this is pre-advancement gear. If it were above level 30, only post-advancement players could wear it. Lucien equips the fireproof robe. It transforms completely into a modern-looking jacket. Casual clean, like something from a high street store. And the moment he puts it on, Lucien can feel it. He can change its appearance at will. Just 1 restriction once per day. The boss here is handled. Time to find somewhere else to grind. Lucien mutters to himself as he heads for the dungeon exit. The moment he steps outside, eyes turn toward him immediately, because earlier when he had entered, quite a few people had noticed. They didn't know who he was, but they could see his class and level. Level 0, a freshly awakened, walking alone into Deadwood Town dungeon. That had turned heads. Some had already given up and left, assuming after hours inside that Lucien must have died in there. But a few stayed now, seeing him walk out. All attention locks on him. But when they see he is still showing as level 0, some can't hold back a smirk. So it was all just for show. They write him off as someone who strutted in, hid inside for a few hours, and came back out to pretend. They have no idea what he was doing in there, but that doesn't stop them from laughing at him. Internally, Lucien ignores all of it. He scans the dungeon queues and spots the shortest one. He checks the time already in the afternoon. No need to go far, he walks to the shortest line, where most players are already level 10 to 20. As Lucien joins the queue, a man in his mid-20s speaks up. "Hey kid, you solo?" Lucien nods. "Kid, looks like you just awakened. You really should find a carry group, or at least stick to dungeons under level 10. It's safer." The man means well. "Thanks for the advice. I'm just here to get a feel for things." Lucien says the man has no response to that. Going into a dungeon just to get a feel for things. That is playing with your life, treating death like a joke. But he is just a stranger, and people have to live with their own choices. After about 10 minutes in line, Lucien watches the group of 4 ahead of him enter. Together, obviously a party. As Lucien steps up, he reads the dungeon info. Endless Night Plains Dungeon recommended level 20. Party duo solo. Lucien chooses solo without hesitation. A halo of light wraps around him, and he is transported to an open plain. It is night time inside the dungeon. A full moon hangs overhead, casting silver light across the grasslands. Not hard to navigate, but inside, Lucien notices other awakened moving around. That is a difference between a regular dungeon and a dedicated boss dungeon, like Deadwood Town in a dedicated boss dungeon. Once someone enters, everyone else waits outside. The dungeon only resets when they leave or die. But in a regular dungeon like this, everyone is in the same instance at once. Once inside, you cannot form a party. Everyone hunts and levels on their own skill. Crowded spots have lower level monsters. Deep spots have higher level monsters. Fewer players, more experience, but far more dangerous. Lucian scans the endless plain and walks deeper, because the farther in he goes, the higher the monster levels. Most of the creatures here are wolves, and wolves travel in packs, so players here almost always come in groups. Lucian slaps a swift talisman onto his legs, and in an instant he becomes a blur, blasting into the depths. 500% speed boost. The nearby awaken barely register what just flew past. By the time Lucien reaches the level 15 and above, the players in the area are nothing but distant shadows. As Lucien pushes deeper still, he finds barely anyone around. He scans the plain Volf packs roaming, none of them aware of him. Yet a blast talisman appears in his hand. Time to go on a rampage. Talisman after talisman launches from his hands. He is only level 10, but because his class is X rank, his stat growth per level exceeds even SS ranked classes. His level 10 stats already surpass most players. And with the Grandmother Jade Pendant bonus, a single blast talisman is enough to kill a level 15 monster to be safe. Lucian uses to blast talismans per monster. Detonate boom. Boom boom. The word leaves his lips quietly and explosions erupt. One after another the Volf pack is blasted apart. Notification after notification floods in. Slain level 15 Brown Volf experience gained 50. Slain level 16 Grey Volf experience gained 60. Slain level 15 Red Volf experience gained 50. Watching these small numbers tick up, Lucien can only sigh. Grinding regular mobs is painfully slow. If anyone nearby heard that thought, they would lose their minds. A typical level 10 player dares not even touch level 8 monsters. So low against a pack is suicidal. Sure, getting carried by a top player lets you kill monsters way above your level, but with a carry comes split experience, and you end up with next to nothing. Lucian keeps blasting early on. Volf packs charge straight at him. But before long, the Volf seem to sense the gap between them and him. They stop attacking and start running. Once they start fleeing, things get annoying. AvOR Lucian. Chasing is less efficient than having them charge in. Still, Lucian hunts them down. For him, chasing really is inefficient. Nothing beats monsters walking into your range, but the experience still accumulates little by little. And his level climbs, and the deeper he goes, the stronger the packs become. 2 hours later, Lucien hits level 12. 2 levels in 2 hours, enough to make anyone jealous. But now looking around, not a single Volf in sight. He cannot figure out why they are so terrified of him. Whatever, time to head back. Lucian has no time to chase them down. It took 2 hours to get this deep. And the dungeon exit is going to take just as long to reach. He turns around and heads for the exit. By the time he leaves the dungeon, dusk has settled on the ride back. Lucien checks his inventory. Beyond the 3 epic pieces he is saving to sell, there's a pile of common and fine gear. Regular mobs do drop equipment sometimes. Usually common and fine only when luck strikes. Monster drops range from common fine, uncommon rare, epic legendary to mythic. The common and fine pieces don't even warrant a glance. From Lucien, he doesn't bother looking through them individually. He will bundle them up and sell them all together when he goes to unload the epics tomorrow. When Lucien arrives home, he finds the Lu family next door is moving out. Lily is not there, just her parents and a few movers. When they notice Lucien, Uncle Lu walks toward him. Just as Lucien reaches his door, Uncle Lu calls out, Lucien, wait, I'd like to have a word with you. Lucien hesitates but stops. He turns like always. He smiles. Uncle Lu. Is something wrong, Lucien? What happened with Lily? Our family owes you an apology. I'm sorry. Uncle Lu bows his head toward Lucien. Formal and sincere, Lucien reaches out and stops him. Uncle Lu, there's nothing to apologize for. Lucien holds him up gently. Uncle Lu, nobody owes anyone anything. Everyone walks their own road. I respect her choice, Lucien. You are a good kid. I believe you will find someone better. Thank you, Uncle Lu. I'll hold you to those words. Uncle Lu nods, then turns and walks away. They are moving to the upper district, clearly with Drake's help. As for them, Lucien holds no resentment. Not even toward Lily. As long as she stays out of his face, he simply doesn't care. But if she insists on making a show of herself in front of him, then that's on her. Uncle Lou is a level 30 awakened, but his strength has always been limited, and with no money, he cannot complete the class advancement quest. He has been stuck in the slums ever since. Lucien knows this life well. If they had a choice, who would stay here? Lucien eats a simple meal, showers, and settles down to sleep. The next morning, Lucien sets out for Hunter's Plaza in Juocheng. Every shop in Hunter's Plaza deals in class-related goods, and the equipment auction houses here too. The buildings, the streets. Everything is lavish. A completely different world from the slums. Lucien, in his cheap off-the-rack clothes, looks out of place walking through here. But Lucien doesn't care in this world. Power is the only foundation a person truly has. With enough strength, you can get everything you need. He strides forward and walks into the trading house, with the largest auction hall in the city. Tianxing Trading House. Lucien heads straight for the service counter. The clerk glances at him and keeps her professional smile. "Sir, are you looking to buy equipment or sell?" "Sell," Lucien says. "Of course, please place your items on the counter." Tianxing Trading House guarantees a price you will be satisfied with. She says it with genuine warmth. Tianxing Trading House did not become the biggest in Zhaocheng by accident. Their standard is simple. Even if a customer looks like a nobody, a few minutes of honest service costs you nothing but offend a powerhouse in disguise with bad attitude, and you will regret it far more. Lucien waves his hand, and the items pour out onto the counter. 15 pieces in total, 3 of them radiating a brilliant purple glow. The moment she sees that glow, the clerk's eyes go wide. Epic. The best she has ever handled in her short time here is uncommon. She only finished her training and started working here 3 months ago. During training, she heard a story. A senior staff member once processed a single epic piece, and the commission alone was equal to half a year's salary. And right in front of her are 3. She cannot even imagine the number, but she knows she is about to make a lot of money. "Sir, please hold on just a moment. Epic equipment requires our in-house expert to appraise it." She holds down the excitement rising in her chest and explains carefully. "No problem," Lucien says with a nod. The clerk picks up the phone on the counter and dials quickly. She explains the situation briefly, and within 5 minutes a man in his early 50s arrives, wearing gold-rimmed glasses, to bodyguards at his back. Lucien cannot read his power level, but he is certain this man has completed class advancement the moment he arrives. His full attention is locked on the 3 epic pieces. He studies them for a long moment, then looks up at Lucien. "Young friend, these items, you brought them in?" "Yes," Lucien nods. "You didn't obtain these by killing monsters yourself, did you?" The elder looks Lucien over. "Level 12. He does not believe a level 12 awakened could kill a boss. Not even the lowest level awakened could manage that. Not even a level 10 boss. And these items, even at a glance he can sense it. These are not low tier. The reason Lucien lets his actual level show is that showing level 0 would only invite unnecessary trouble. Still, Lucien goes along with the elder's assumption. "These were entrusted to me by a senior. They asked me to sell them. There will be more in the future." Lucien is never going to admit he killed that boss himself. If no one believes it, fine. If they do, that's when the real trouble starts. This world has a federation, but the law is loose not just outside the city. Even inside the walls, death is common. Inventing a senior as his backer makes future sales far smoother. "I see, so we may be looking at a long-term partnership. My name is Song Master Song, and you are the elder," asks Lucien. "Lucien, please give me a moment while I appraise these." "Of course, Master Song." Master Song goes quiet and turns his full attention to the items. A sharp intake of breath. Level 30. Epic tire gear. The value is staggering. This is the gold standard pre-advancement equipment. Stats strong enough to carry a player even after class advancement. Do not let the level 30 number fool you. In this world, 80% of all awakened are stuck at level 30. Because the class advancement quest is brutal. Fail to complete it. And no matter how many monsters you kill, your level will never move without that cap. If humans could just keep leveling forever, they probably would have wiped out every monster in the wild long ago. An equipment appraiser's job is to calculate the value each step brings, along with the strength of each active skill, to determine a price after a long and careful review. Master Song finished, he looks up at Lucian. His appraisal is complete. He speaks with weight and precision. All three of these pieces are absolutely top tier. Tangxing Trading House will promote them for 3 days, after which they will be the closing lots at auction. Starting bid 1 million each. What do you think? No problem. A 1 million starting bid, of course. There is no problem. This is the first time Lucien truly feels when you have real power money comes this easily. Back when his father joined that hunting party, if they had managed to kill that boss, even with just one piece of the loot, they could have left the slums. Our commission on the final auction price will be 5%. Any objections? Master Song adds none. Lucien keeps his face neutral, but he is genuinely surprised. 5% back in school. He learned the standard auction fee, usually 10%, but they are only charging 5%. Lucien can only arrive at one explanation. They know there will be more business to come and are cutting him a deal upfront. Junior, please set up a VIP card for Lucien so he can attend the auction in 3 days. And please settle payment for his other items as well. Yes, Master Song. The clerk says respectfully. Master Song takes the 3 epic pieces and leaves. The clerk quickly processes the common and fine gear. The total comes to a measly 5,000. She then prepares the VIP card and hands it to Lucien. Lucien takes it and sees the number printed on the card. 70 to that means across all of Zhoucheng. Tiancheng Trading House has only ever issued 70 to VIP cards. Lucien pockets the money in the card and heads out, hailing a cab straight to the city gate. To continue grinding this time, he heads to Dungeon Zone 1, because there is something there that suits him perfectly today. The ride over is uneventful, no familiar faces. By the time he reaches the dungeon zone, it is midday. Lucien walks straight to the busiest entrance. He had studied dungeon locations and traits back in school. This particular one is a level 10 to 20 dungeon, with a boss inside, but the boss spawns randomly. Whether you encounter it is partly luck. After yesterday, Lucien knows firsthand the difference between a boss and regular mobs. The experience gap is massive. To level fast, the best move is hunting a boss. And since Deadwood Town dungeon can only be cleared once per person, once you have cleared it, you cannot go back. Otherwise, Lucien would be farming it every single day. While waiting in line, a girl quickly falls into line behind him. She looks about the same age, probably just graduated. Her level shows as 17. She carries herself with a quiet, delicate air, the kind of girl who has always been sheltered and adored. Sure enough, the moment she steps into line, a man and a woman appear behind her, both level 20 right at the dungeon's entry limit. Lucien figures it out immediately. This is some wealthy family's daughter, here for a carried grind session. Once he has the picture, Lucien stops paying attention. He keeps waiting quietly. After a while, the people ahead of him finally enter. He steps forward, but the girl behind him calls out, "Hey, are you going in solo?" She guesses from his age that he is also a recent graduate. Yeah. Is there a problem? Lucien turns. She shakes her head quickly. No problem at all. I just want to invite you to join my party. Would you? Lucien glances at the 2 escorts behind her. Why? He does not believe in pure generosity from strangers. Nobody just helps someone they don't even know needs help with you. We would have for players, which raises the chance of encountering the boss. We were originally a party of 4, but one person had to drop out last minute. You happen to be solo, so I thought maybe we could go in together. So that is all it is. But you have not even asked what my class is. Lucien asks with mild amusement. We will handle things, you just come along for the ride, she says with a bright smile. Sweet and soft, like something out of a bakery window. Right then one of the escorts speaks up. She is right for players. Entering this dungeon gives a 90% chance of triggering the boss. You would have learned that in school. You won't need to do anything. Experience is split evenly. The boss drops go to us, I will join. But the party leader slot goes to me. Lucian says, the party leader takes 50% of the experience, with the rest split among the others. The reason Lucian agrees at all is that this dungeon runs solo, duo, and party as separate instances. After killing the boss in the party instance, he still has a chance to find the boss again in solo and duo runs, and hunt it again in Mist Mountain Dungeon. Kid, aren't you pushing it a bit? My lady invited you as a courtesy. This attitude is not acceptable. The male escort's tone sharpens, and honestly, Lucian's request does come across as taking advantage of someone's goodwill. But Lucian isn't bothered me. Being leader isn't entirely a bad deal. After we clear this, I can take her into a duo run and hunt monsters together. What do you say, deal? Take her into a duo run, kid. You are level 12. You think this dungeon is some kind of joke? The man laughs out of sheer frustration. He must have skipped checking his luck today, Rex. Listen to him, the girl says firmly. Rex blinks. Is she serious? Rex, listen to him. She repeats, same tone. Rex is at a loss. Is this a joke? But she is already explaining. I will hand you the leader slot. But inside that dungeon, you have to prove you can handle it. Show me you are capable of taking me into that duo run. If you cannot prove it, what you gain today, the C family can take back just as easily. Deal. Lucian agrees without hesitation, and in his head a thought stirs. The C family. Could that be the same family that founded Tianxing Trading House? Lucien remembers the founder's name. Shy Tianxing. Lucien glances back over his shoulder and spots what looks like a pair of eyes watching from not far away. That gaze tells him his guess is probably right. I'm Sophie.Z. And Yushi asks curiously. Lucien, short and simple. They walk up to the dungeon entrance. Mist Mountain Dungeon recommended level 10 to 20. Solo duo party. Lucien selects party mode. A panel appears. Party leader Lucien. Level 12's rank. Talisman mage members. Invite. Invite 3 open slots. Lucien taps to view nearby players and sends the first invite to Sophie. Party leader Lucien. Level 12's rank. Talisman mage member Sophie C. Level 17's rank. Divine healer talisman mage. The moment Sophie sees Lucien's class, her expression freezes, but she doesn't back out. If he performs poorly inside, she will get back what she's owed. Lucien then pulls in Rex and Zane. Member Rex level 20, a rank great swordsman. Member Zane level 20, a rank dual gunner. The two of them are barely in before they spot Lucian's profile and sense something is off. But before either of them can say a word, Lucian confirms entry in the blink of an eye. All four arrive at the base of Mist Mountain. Inside, wild wolves and jackals rule the slopes. As for the final boss, it is a tiger. At the foot of Mist Mountain, deep within those mist-covered peaks, wolves and jackals roam the slopes. The final boss, a tiger, prowls through the mist and is not easy to find. Each group that enters the dungeon is assigned to one mountain. That mountain is all they have to work with. If the tiger is on their mountain, they can hunt it. If not, they are killing the wolves and jackals until they are done. All around them, mountain peaks rise from a sea of fog. An endless ridge that looks like a painting. Standing before those peaks, Lucian cannot help but think there must be many for player parties entering Mist Mountain at any given time. If each group has a 90% chance of triggering the boss, that means there is more than one boss inside. While Lucian is turning this over in his head, Rex speaks first. So you are Lucian. Big talk for someone I thought would be some impressive class. And it turns out you were a talisman mage. What a letdown. So what exactly is your plan here? Sophie says nothing. She just watches Lucien. her eyes practically asking, "Are you going to explain yourself? Head up the mountain and you will find out." Lucian says and walks ahead without another word. The time he would spend explaining could be used killing monsters. Watching him stride forward with such certainty, Sophie feels a flicker of something. Could he actually be this strong? "We should follow," Zane says to Sophie quietly. The three of them moved to catch up. Lucian is barely 10 meters into the mountain when two shadow wolves charge at him. Their bodies are cloaked in a dark blood-like mist. An ominous sight, and their level reads 16. Level 16 at the base of the mountain. Lucian likes what he sees. No time wasted, he raises his hand. And to blast talismans shoot toward the walls. Boom, boom. Two explosions ring out and both wolves drop. Slain, level 16, boom. Two more explosions, both shadow wolves hit the ground. Slain, level 16. Shadow Wolf experience gained 30. Slain, level 16. Shadow Wolf experience gained 30. So low that would have been 120 points. This is exactly what Lucian dislikes about parties. Even as the leader, he only gets half. Sophie and the others catch up just in time to see Lucien raise his hand and one shot. Two shadow wolves. They each receive an experience notification too. 10 points each. But experience is no longer what holds their attention. Even Rex, without using the gear provided by the C family, he could not claim he would instantly kill those two. Level 16 shadow wolves. Sophie doesn't hold back. What talisman was that? Don't talisman mages have to draw and chant to use one? These were already prepared in advance. Lucien says prepared in advance and they don't expire. From what I know at talisman mages, prepared talismans lose their effect within a few hours, Rex says skeptically. And how many talisman mages have you actually met that you speak with such confidence? Lucian shoots back. Rex goes quiet. Because he has never actually met a single talisman mage. Everything he thinks he knows came secondhand. Things other people said, things he read online. To save Rex from the awkwardness, Zane steps in. Lucian, we're not doubting you on purpose. It's just you said you'd take Sophie into a duo run. I want to know, how many of those talismans do you actually have? Zane gets his question in and smoothly shifts the topic, letting Rex off the hook. Enough to flatten a few mountains like this one. Is that sufficient? Lucian asks. Enough, but we still need to see whether you can actually kill the boss. Of course, Lucien says, I told you I would prove it. This is part of how Lucien actually understands their hesitation, because if he cannot easily do what he claims, and Lucien gets that if he cannot one-shot that boss, then Rex and Zane letting Sophie go into a duo dungeon with him is just sending her into danger. Good, then all drops from your kills today go to you. Zane says since this run is a test, Lucian has to do it himself, so they have no right to share in his drops. Sure, Lucian nods, then heads deeper up the mountain, toward the Mist Mountain Tiger. Lord Rex and Zane never expected to end up as passengers themselves. All three of them just have to follow Lucian. Every monster along the way, wolves, jackals, everything under Lucian's blast talismans is reduced to ash. First the level 16s, then level 17s and 18s. Monsters falling all the way up. Halfway up the mountain, a roar tears through the air. A tiger's roar, raw and ancient. The sound shakes the trees, and a powerful gust sweeps through the mountain, snapping trunks and scattering branches. In an instant, a massive tiger stands blocking their path. This beast is more than twice the size of a normal tiger, the sheer presence of the king of all beasts. It presses down on you, making it hard to breathe. It fixes its gaze on all four of them, like a predator watching a meal walk through the door. Lucien raises a hand, and talisman after talisman flies toward the tiger. Facing a level 20 boss, Lucien does not get careless. Over 1,000 blast talismans fly out in seconds. Then with a quiet word, detonate. A massive explosion rips through the air. The tiger boss is blasted apart in an instant, its roar turning to a shriek of pain. Enraged, it charges straight at Lucian. But Lucian can see it is running on fumes. No need to stop it, it surges forward, roaring and collapses just 2 meters from Lucian. The kill notification arrives instantly. Successfully slain Mist Mountain Tiger Lord. Experience gained 1,000 points. Congratulations, level 13. 1,000 experience points, level 13 confirmed. Combined with everything accumulated before, Lucian has finally hit level 13. He quietly pulls up his stats. Name Lucian, age 18. Class X, rank Talisman Mage. Level 13, experience 200 out of 1,300. Health 2,600, strength 160. Defense 160, agility 160, magic 650, mana 1,300, talismans, blast talisman, swift talisman, mending talisman. Looking at these numbers, Lucian gets a clear sense of his growth rate. Currently, each level up adds health plus 200, strength, defense and agility plus 20, each magic plus 50, mana plus 100. What will each level give him between 20 and 30? He is already curious in X rank class. Its stat growth alone puts every ordinary class in the dust. Then he checks. The Mist Mountain Tiger Lords drops just to pieces. Both uncommon, level 20 uncommon gear. Lucian doesn't even bother looking at them. He will sell them to Tianxing later. He turns around and finds Sophie, Rex and Zane all standing there in shock. It has been several minutes since Lucian killed the boss and they still have not processed it. What they witnessed today has shattered something deep in their worldview. It has been nearly 300 years since the global awakening began. The belief that talisman mages are worthless has become as deep-rooted as instinct. But today they watch Lucian tear that belief apart with their own eyes. How could their hearts not still be shaking? Finally, it is Rex who speaks first. Barely above a whisper, Lucian, are you actually a talisman mage? How do you think party information can be faked? Lucian asks. Rex immediately shakes his head He shakes his head so fast it's practically a blur. Then bows to Lucian. He says sincerely, I was blind to your strength back there. Please don't hold it against me. Relax, I'm not that petty. The boss is down. The stragglers will scatter on their own. No point chasing them, let's leave the dungeon. Lucian says thank you, Lucian. Rex clasps his hands and bows in gratitude. Zane, ever careful, speaks up. Mr. Lucian, the talismans you just used, do you still have enough stored to clear the Mist Mountain dungeon? One more time, Zane needs to know. He has to be sure Miss Z will be safe alone with Lucian. Of course, I wouldn't gamble with my own life without being fully prepared. Lucian says flatly, then we're counting on you to keep Missy safe. Zane replies. The four of them descend the mountain and reach the base. Once they exit the dungeon, Lucian and Sophie finally enter a two-player dungeon together. Lucian just hit level 13 and Sophie reached level 11. With just the two of them in the party, the party leader earns 60% of the EXP. The member gets 40 inside the dungeon. Sophie, who has barely said a word until now, finally speaks. Those talismans you used, you didn't pre-store them. What makes you say that? Lucian asks, clearly intrigued. Rex and the others might not know better. But I've seen that type of talisman before. That was a blast talisman, wasn't it, when stored in advance? They last at most 6 hours. After 6 hours, they detonate on their own. No incantation needed. Sophie says this with quiet seriousness. You know quite a lot, Missy. But what makes you think I'm the same as those other talisman mages? Lucian fires back. You're not like them. Your blast talismans hit harder, and you produce them at an insane speed. You don't seem to need any preparation at all. No drawing, no chanting. And the power, the sheer power, and the speed at which you generate those talismans. No setup, no symbols, no incantation maybe. What a real talisman mage is supposed to look like. Because the way other talisman mages perform honestly doesn't match the S rank title. But if you're the standard, then S rank isn't nearly enough to describe you. Sharp as ever, Lucian says with a quiet smile. But you don't need to know any of this. You should be glad I'm not a bad person. Because being alone with me and talking like this could get you killed. You know that, right? He holds her gaze, his smile never fading. Then I guess I owe you my life. And I'll leave your secrets alone. Let's head up. I just wanted to confirm what I suspected. Sophie says with a bright smile. Not a trace of fear in her eyes. And why would there be? Her class is Divine Healer. Technically a support role, but the Sai family would never let their precious daughter walk into danger unprepared. She has multiple life-saving items on her at all times. She's confident that if things go south, she can handle herself. Stay close, Lucien says and heads up the mountain. He had assumed Sophie was just shy. She barely spoke earlier, but now it's clear she was never quiet out of shyness. She was piecing everything together the whole time. This woman is dangerously smart. Lucien has no interest in spending more alone time with her. The necessary better to speed run this and get out. On the way up, jackals keep appearing, and Lucien cuts through them without breaking a sweat. Sophie, trailing behind, cheers him on with enthusiasm. She's a completely different person now, full of energy and life. Lucien isn't sure whether he's the lucky one or she is. Halfway up the mountain, it happens again. The mist surges, and the Mist Mountain Tiger Lord charges in. Facing what looks like an identical boss, Lucien raises his hand without hesitation. Blast talismans fly, they detonate. The Mist Mountain Tiger Lord drops. Dungeon clear, level 20. Mist Mountain Tiger Lord slain. EXP gained 1,200 with that 12 EXP. Lucien is now just one step away from leveling up. 1,200 EXP. His current EXP sits at 2,750. He checks the loot, not bad. An uncommon piece and a rare piece. But the rare item is a spear built for a knight class. Useless for Lucien. Let's head out. Lucien says to Sophie before we go, let's exchange contacts. If there are 2-player dungeons in the future, we can team up against. Sophie tilts her head. Team up for duo dungeons, sure. But I have one condition. Name it. Keep my secret. There are plenty of duo dungeons out there, and Lucien is going to need a partner. For most of them, finding someone new means starting the explanation all over again. So why not stick with Sophie? Deal. Sophie agrees instantly, clearly pleased. She knows Lucien's secret. Specifically, that he can produce massive numbers of blast talismans with frightening ease. But it wouldn't bring her any benefit either. Why would she bother after they exchange contacts? They walk out of the dungeon. The moment they emerged, Rex and Zane rush over Lucien. Did you run into a boss? Rex asks eagerly. Thanks to Miss C's luck we did, Lucien says with a smile. Congrats and thank you for taking Miss C to grind XP. Rex says it was nothing. I'm heading back to the solo dungeons now. Lucien says his goodbyes and heads off. Not long after he leaves, a middle-aged man approaches from nearby. The moment Rex and the others spot him, they bow immediately. Stuart Jun. Sophie, I just finished looking at Lucien. He's a student at Jochang High School. No one. Grew up in the slums. Awakened as an S-rank talisman mage. His girlfriend awakened as an SS rank ice mage. On the very day of her awakening, she left him for money as S-rank ice mage. She walked out on him and went straight to Drake. Stuart Jung delivers the full report to Sophie without preamble. So that's what happened. Sophie's expression turns cold. His ex had terrible taste as a woman herself. She has zero respect for someone who abandons a person the moment it's convenient. Terrible is an understatement. Lucien. Specifically, those 3 epic items currently being promoted. We suspect someone powerful is guiding him. From behind the scenes, Stuart Young adds. Someone guiding him, could it be that someone has found a way to break the limitations holding talisman mages back? Sophie murmurs to herself. Lucien enters the Mist Mountain dungeon solo and fights his way to the very peak, but no boss appears. He has no choice but to leave. By the time he's out, it's already late. He heads home. Level 14 is his ceiling for today.
Lucian is back at it the next day,
grinding through other dungeons. After clearing 2 of them, Lucien finally hits level 15. Congratulations, you have gained 5 levels. New talisman unlocked. Thunder Talisman. Summons multiple bolts of lightning to strike enemies. Highly effective against cursed and demonic creatures. Damage doubled. Another attack talisman. And one specifically designed to shred cursed and demonic targets.
There's no shortage of those in these dungeons.
Lucian's eyes light up. Another tool in the arsenal. Exactly what he needed if he ever runs into something.
Something a blast talisman can't handle.
The Thunder Talisman steps in. He grinds dungeons for the rest of the day, but with no boss encounters, he doesn't level up again. The next day, Lucien runs a few more solo dungeons first. Before long,
The day of the Tianxing Trading House auction arrives.
the auction day is finally here. It starts at 8 in the evening. Mission shows up right on time, dressed in a fresh outfit. Over these past 3 days, he hasn't pulled another epic drop like he did at the Dead Well. But the uncommon and rare items still brought in tens of thousands. Money in hand, he figures it's time to upgrade his situation. 3 days of grinding and Lucien is now at level 17. He arrives at the Tianxing Trading House auction hall and finds the crowd is unusually large. On the way in, he overhears group after group. Who's going to walk away with those epic items tonight?
Seeing this kind of hype,
Lucian can barely contain his satisfaction. The more people fighting over them, the better for his wallet. He makes his way to the front entrance, and the moment he arrives, 2 very unwelcome faces come into view. And it's exactly who he'd expect. Drake Holt and Lily Schwung. Lucien clocks their levels instantly. Drake level 10. Lily level 10 fast. No question about it, but at this pace, there's no way they're hitting level 30 within a month. Leveling only gets harder. From here, the 2 of them are heading inside. When Lily spots Lucien, she nudges Drake quietly. Drake turns immediately and locks eyes on Lucien. A wide gleaming smile spreads across his face. He strolls over like they're old friends. Anyone watching would think they were best buddies. Lucien, did you take a wrong turn?
what are you doing here? Don't tell me
You're actually trying to get into the to auction.
auction.
Buy something. The mockery in his voice is dialed all the way up. Oh, is young Master Drake moonlighting as a doorman now, stopping everyone who walks by for questioning? Lucien fires back with a smirk. Lucien, Drake is just looking out for you. To enter this auction, you need proof of at least 1 million in liquid assets. If you get stopped at the door and turned away, that's going to be embarrassing. Lily walks over playing the concerned friend. Accept.
Her voice is loud enough for everyone nearby to hear.
Heads turn, people smell drama and move in closer.
Closer.
Plenty of people recognize Drake. Between that and what was just said, the crowd quickly pieces together who Lucien must be. Everyone watches curious. Will say if I embarrass myself. Isn't that exactly what you two want? Lily, you can walk away.
That's fine.
But if you keep trying to pull these little tricks, don't expect me to hold back. Out of respect for Uncle Lou,
Lucian warns.
Lily immediately puts on a wounded expression.
Drake pulls her close at once.
Lily, don't waste your breath on him. I'll have someone throw him out. He turns to the security guards nearby. Hey, over here. This guy's just some broke kid from the slums. He's trying to sneak into the auction hall. Get him out of here. The guards move toward them. Drake Holt, the young master of the Holt family, is not a name these guards take lightly.
His family's influence means something.
And they know it. A guard steps up to Lucien.
To Lucian.
Sir, are you here to attend the auction?
Yes. Lucian answers with a simple nod. Sir.
The thing is, entry to the auction does require proof of sufficient assets.
The guard says firmly. After all,
Letting people in who can't back up their bids would throw the whole event into chaos. I wonder, would this count as proof?
count as proof.
Lucian reaches into his pocket and produces a VIP card, placing it in the guard's hands. The moment the guard sees it, he freezes. They've seen other people's VIP cards on this job. Lucian's is unmistakably real.
There's no chance it's a fake.
And besides, who in Zhou Cheng would dare forge a Tianxing Trading House card?
The guard bows quickly. Sir,
I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience. The guard bows again. Sir, I was out of line. Please forgive me. It's fine. You were just doing your job. I get it, Lucian says calmly. then turns toward Drake's direction. Though some people here aren't employed by the trading house, it all makes you wonder why they're in such a rush. Don't believe him, he's just a broke kid from the slums.
There's no way he has a real Tang Sing VIP card. Drake refuses to believe it
And pushes the guard to block. Lucien Lily panics and chimes in. He used to be my neighbor. He genuinely grew up in the slums. There's absolutely no way he has a Tianxing VIP card. Honestly, even if it's real.
He probably just found it somewhere.
Maybe it's not even registered to him. Shouldn't you verify that? Watching them unravel like this, Lucien almost laughs, but just as he's about to respond, someone approaches and cuts in with a sharp voice. Excuse me, who exactly are you, miss? Since when do you give orders? In our Tianxing trading house. Whether or not to verify something is our call, not yours. That voice. Lucien turns, of course. It's her today. She's wearing a dress, white stockings. Even more charming than before.
It's Sophie Z, and standing behind her is a suited bodyguard
With a face carved from stone. Clearly past his first advancement, Lily figures it out immediately. This woman is with a trading house. Way out of her league, that's not what I meant. I was just Sophie doesn't let her finish. You just thought he couldn't help you get stronger, so you walked out on him.
And you call yourself his childhood sweetheart?
How well do you actually know him? Sophie finished her point, then steps to Lucien's side. If you'd like, I can have them removed. The crowd inhales sharply.
Everyone here knows Sophie C.
The pride and joy of the Tianxing trading house. If she says someone's getting thrown out.
They're getting thrown out.
But what has everyone puzzled is why she's going to bat for Lucien.
Is she interested in him?
Or does Lucien have some hidden depth no one's seen Drake's yet? Face goes pale. He had pursued Lily back in school, only to find out she was with Lucien at the time. Then Lily decided Lucien had no future and showed her true colors. Coming to him instead, he thought this was his chance to rub it in Lucien's face.
But now, Sophie Z appears to know Lucien personally.
And in a setting like this, she's openly speaking up for him. They clearly have some kind of connection. And someone like Sophie Drake wouldn't have dared even dream about someone like her. Drake feels like his ego is shattering into pieces. He glances anxiously toward Lucien. If Lucien actually tells Sophie to have them removed,
He doesn't even want to finish the thought.
all he knows is that going home tonight is going to be painful. As for Lucien, faced with the option Sophie just handed him, he shakes his head. Forget it.
Forget it.
They're here to spend money at your trading house. No reason to make it personal. The whole family has deep pockets.
And one of the 3 items Lucien put up for auction
Happens to be a perfect fit for Lily. Lucien has no doubt Drake will go all out to win it. That's serious money on the table. Only a fool would let that go. Since Mr. Lucien is so generous, we'll leave it at that. Shall we go in together? Mr. Lucien Sophie invites him inside, sparking another wave of speculation through the crowd. Some people are already starting to envy him. Sure, let's go.
Let's go.
After everything Sophie has done for him, turning her down now would be a slap in the face. They walk into the main hall of the auction house. Together, Lucien takes it all in. This is what true opulence looks like inside. Lucien turns to Sophie. Missy, thank you. Honestly, he could have handled the situation out there on his own even without her showing up. But he'd be lying if he said it wasn't satisfying. Watching Drake and Lily's faces fall the moment Sophie appeared, that felt good. We're partners.
Partners. No thanks needed, Sophie says.
Lucien laughs easily. I'll head to my private box. You've probably got things to take care of to write.
She does.
Once Sophie heads off, Lucien goes straight to his very important person box. He arrives at the door, taps the VIP card to enter, and steps inside. A staff member appears almost immediately. The level of service is something else. Lucien can't help but be impressed. No wonder the Tianxing trading house has grown into what it is. With service like this, who wouldn't be won over? That said, Lucien is only here to watch. The items being auctioned tonight don't interest him much. For one, he's not flush with cash right now.
And for another, when it comes to talisman mage gear.
If someone else can drop it, so can he? No point throwing money away on that.
While Lucien waits in his box,
Not far away in another private box,
Sophie pushes open the door and walks in with a smile.
Vera, I knew you'd be here. Is it for the sword inside sits an elegant young woman? Posture perfect.
Every inch of her radiating composure and strength.
She's taller than Sophie by quite a bit. Her face is strikingly beautiful with a cool edge to it. But the moment she sees Sophie, it's like the first snow melting. A warm smile breaks through Sophie. What brings you here? I had a feeling you'd show up.
So I came to see you.
What level are you at now? Sophie asks, genuinely curious. Level 16, the young woman replies. I'm so jealous. You can actually solo grind and level up fast. Sophie sighs as a support class. Unless she eventually hits class advancement and picks up some active attack skills, she'd always be stuck begging someone to carry her. And her biggest sucker of a carry so far has been Drake. But once you hit class advancement and unlock active skills, grinding without a carry is just a pipe dream.
Drake's been the biggest sucker for that job.
With your class, you'll have people lining up to party with you. And when we start hitting the dangerous, high-level dungeons, I mean the truly brutal ones,
I'm going to need you to carry me too.
Don't you dare say no, Vera says with a half-joking smile. Sophie's divine healer class might not look like much right now.
But the higher the level, the more her true power will become undeniable.
And this is no exaggeration. Even though Sophie is only SS rank, her class brings a value that rivals any triple S rank out there never whenever you want to party up. I mean, just give me time to keep up.
Sophie says cheerfully.
The auction's about to start, Sophie. How many people do you think are going to fight over that sword? Vera asks. I'm pretty sure the moment you open your mouth to bid. Vera laughs the way you put it. I sound like some kind of tyrant. Would I ever lie? Every word is true. You want that sword? Every rich young master in Jochung would trip over themselves to make sure you get it. Not everyone's a spoiled brat like the Holt family. Vera just shakes her head. She knows exactly how powerful that sword is. Tonight, there will be no shortage of people fighting for it. Lucy and waits roughly 20 minutes before the auction begins. The opening items are a selection of rare equipment. High-level rare items naturally. Things like post-first advancement gear. Level 50 rare equipment, which isn't cheap by any means. Still nothing close to what Lucian put up. He doesn't bother paying attention to the early bidding. That gets his attention. Our next item is an epic piece. The Serpent Dragon Staff. You've had 3 days to learn about it. What I will say is that any mage would benefit enormously from this item. Starting bid 1 million, minimum increment 10,000.
Bidding opens now. The moment the host finishes,
Paddles go up 1.1 million.
1.3 million, 1.5 million.
2 million, that voice. Lucien knows it immediately. He glances through the box window. And sure enough, it's Drake. The second that bid lands, the room goes quiet. 2 million is steep. Push it higher.
And most people don't see the value anymore.
And the other reason this is Drake Holt. The Holt family might not be the most powerful in Jiaocheng, but Drake himself. He holds grudges over the smallest things. Nobody wants that headache.
Lily watches the room fall silent after Drake's bid.
And immediately melts against his side. Drake, you're so amazing.
She's had a taste of what money can do.
These past few days with him,
And she's loving it. But right now,
it's his boldness that really gets to her. Drake soaks it up. Stay with me.
stay with me.
He says with swagger, I'll never let you down. In Jiaocheng, whatever you want, the Holt family can get it. You're terrible, Lily says with a flush and a grin. Lucien watches no one else. He smirks to himself, then quietly raises his paddle. 2.1 million, the room stirs. Everyone wonders who's brave enough to challenge Drake.
When they trace the bid back,
And see, it came from a VIP box. The assumption is someone important. But the moment Drake hears Lucian's voice, his blood boils. Just as Lucian recognized his voice earlier, Drake recognizes his instantly without thinking. Just like Lucian knew his voice. Drake knows this voice without a doubt. He doesn't stop to think, he just fires back. To 0.5 million against anyone else. He might have only raised by 100,000. But this is Lucien in front of Lucien. Losing face is not an option. To 0.6 million, Lucien adds another 100,000 calm as ever. 3 million, Lucien. You going to keep going? Drake shouts across the hall in Lucien's direction. Young Master Drake has deeper pockets than me. I know when I'm beat, the staff is yours. Lucien says with a bright smile. He's not pushing further, getting Drake from 2 million to 3 million. And then Lucien would have overplayed his 3 million, for the staff is already above market value. At its absolute ceiling, it's worth to 0.5 million at most. It's still a pre-first advancement item. First advancement is just the beginning. This won't magically make them perform. Lucien, you played me. Even Drake can see it now. Why would Lucien ever buy that staff? He got caught up in the moment. Lucien's a talisman mage. What business does he have buying a mage's staff to give it away as a gift? Spending over 2 million just to gift someone an item. With Lucien's financial situation. Too late to realize it now. How exactly did I play you? Is young Master Drake saying? I genuinely like that staff, but you clearly wanted it more. You pushed it to 3 million. If I kept going after that. Every word sounds perfectly reasonable, but everyone can hear the mockery underneath. If looks could kill, Lucien would be dead 100 times over. The host's voice rings out. 3 million going once, 3 million going twice. 3 million sold, 3 million going twice. 3 million going 3 times. The hammer falls. Everyone who wanted that staff but didn't win. It feels a strange satisfaction wash over them. If Drake had walked away with it for 2 million, they'd have felt a sting because honestly, they would have paid 2 million. But watching him overpay by 1 million, now everyone feels just fine. In Vera's private box, she leans forward with curiosity. Who is that Lucien? He has a Tianxing VIP card. I've never heard of him. He's the seller of all 3 epic items. Sophie says the seller. And he's bidding against his own beer, so he and Drake have serious bad blood. Vera asks, very much so. Sophie says, and proceeds to lay out everything she knows. When she finishes, Vera gives her a look. Sophie, you seem quite interested in him. Do I? I don't think so. Sophie says, shaking her head, firmly denying it. Your satisfaction at watching Drake get humiliated. Vera teases, honestly, it's not a big deal. He just took me through a dungeon run once.
That's how we met, Sophie says.
He took you through a dungeon? Isn't he a talisman mage? He is. But he had a lot of Prester talismans. Just blasted through the whole dungeon with him. Surprisingly easy, actually. Anyway, let's drop it. The Serpent Dragon Blade is coming up next. I don't want you to miss your chance. With that deflection, Sophie immediately steers the conversation elsewhere. She promised to keep Lucy in secret. She can't let anything slip, but she knows her best friend is sharp. Keep talking, and Vera will start putting pieces together. Right on cue, the host on stage announces the second item.
Next up is our second epic piece.
The Serpent Dragon Blade, no lengthy introduction needed. It has no active skill, but its stat boosts are exceptional. And for any sword-based class, it is absolutely the best investment. Before first advancement for sword classes, the undisputed best bang for your buck. Minimum increment 10,000 this time. Lucien just watches, he's the seller.
It's a bit much for the seller to be bidding.
If Drake hadn't pushed his buttons earlier, he never would have gotten involved. The Serpent Dragon Blade closes at 1.9 million. All Lucien knows is that someone in a VIP box took it. Last up, the Serpent Dragon Armor. Same opening bid 1 million, but the final price climbs much higher than the blade. To 0.4 million without Lucien's interference earlier. This would have been the top sale of the night. It tells Lucien something. Survival gear is always the most coveted, because in a dungeon if you die, you're actually dead. This isn't a game where you respawn. Once all 3 items are sold, Lucian assumes the night is over, until the host speaks again. The final and most anticipated item of the evening, a skill book and S-rank Ice Mage skill. Starting bid 5 million. Minimum increment 10,000. I almost forgot about the most valuable thing here. Lucian murmurs.
Skill books drop far less frequently than equipment.
And an S-rank skill on top of that.
5 million as the opening bid is practically a steal.
Because a single S-rank skill can completely change someone's fate. Class advancement requirements that once seemed impossible might suddenly become achievable. The bidding erupts within moments. The price rockets past 10 million. This is Lucian's first real taste of how many wealthy people Zhuocheng holds he always knew. Zhuocheng is a city of nearly 10 million people, and there was always going to be serious money here. But knowing it and feeling it are 2 different things. Tonight drives it home in the end. The skill book goes to Drake at 13.2 million. That money isn't coming out of his own pocket. This is a whole family decision. Because at the end of the day, Lily is an SS rank Ice Mage. Securing that skill book for her, and using it to lock Lily permanently to the whole family, means gaining a powerful future asset. At that scale, 13 million is a sound investment.
Once the auction wraps up,
Lucien slips quietly to the back. 3 items, 7.3 million combined.
after Tianxing Trading House takes its cut,
Lucian nets 6.935 million. In this world, large sums like this aren't taxed by the Federation, which is one small relief. But then he thinks about the skill book, a single S-rank skill book.
over 10 million. Suddenly,
Lucian doesn't feel quite so rich. How people really do just keep wanting more. First things first, find a place to live in the city proper. Lucien mutters to himself. He can't help but feel it. Getting yourself a home is a lot easier in this life than it was in his last one. Lucien leaves the auction, takes a car back to the slums. The last time he'll ever sleep here. Meanwhile, at the Holt estate, Drake and Lily have just returned. Drake's father, Lord Holt, is already waiting. One look at that stone-cold expression, and Drake knows he's in trouble.
Father, what happened today was my fault.
He says carefully. Lily chimes in quickly. It's my fault if it weren't for me. Drake wouldn't have. She stumbles over calling him that. It still feels strange.
But one thought of the Holt family's money, and it gets easier. What's done is done.
I've already had someone look into that young man. What you need to do now is get your marriage certificate tomorrow. The wedding can wait until you're ready.
But that certificate must be obtained tomorrow.
Lord Holt says firmly. Drake doesn't dare push back. He agrees immediately as long as there's no punishment. That's a win. Lily follows without hesitation. Yes, father. She knows she has no choice. Without that certificate,
She's never getting that skill book.
even though she's still bothered by what happened tonight, specifically what she's learned about Lucian. Right now, that S-rank skill book matters more. She's an SS rank Ice Mage. What is Lucian really? A trash tier talisman mage?
She still can't figure out how he got connected.
To Sophie Z, but she tells herself no real ability. Just a pretty face, and that only gets you so far. Even she knows that if she were just good looking, with no SS rank class to back it up, Drake would have used her for a while and tossed her aside, but she has the class. She has a real shot at becoming the lady of the Holt family. When she lets herself imagine that future, a smile creeps onto her face. As for Lucien, maybe years from now, when their paths cross again, the gap between them will be like heaven and earth. Actually, it won't even take years once the school ranking starts.
He'll see exactly where he stands compared to us.
Lily tells herself the truth is, Lucien wasn't hiding his level today at all, but Drake and Lily are only level 10. They have no way of reading his actual level.
So naturally, they still write him off as a nobody.
Who hasn't done any grinding? Lucian sleeps soundly that night.
The next morning,
He heads straight to the main city district. To buy a home, he's not asking for much. Just something decent, something livable. He ends up at a development in the Eastern District called Shaanxi Garden, nothing extravagant, just something decent, and settles on a unit in Shaanxi Garden, Eastern District 1.5 million. Because he has no intention of this being his final home. This is just a starting point. No need to overthink it. He just needs to get settled fast so he can get back to getting stronger. In this world, strength is everything. Dungeon clearance records, moving and stocking up on essentials. The whole day disappears the day after. Lucian is back to grinding. Solo dungeons first as usual.
By the end of the day, he hits level 18.
On his way home riding the bus, Lucian's phone buzzes. It's Sophie. You've probably cleared enough solo dungeons by now.
Dungeons tomorrow?
Sure, tomorrow at 10. Dungeon zone to after they confirm the time.
Lucian gets home. He takes some time
To look up the duo dungeon situation in Dungeon Zone 2.
They covered these dungeons back in school, but a review never hurts, and things may have changed.
Turns out there's something new in Dungeon Zone 2. There used to be a duo demon hunt dungeon. Inside was a dual form monster, a level 20 demon Wolf. Players used to just pair up and jump in to hunt it. But now entering requires completing a trial first. The trial itself is straightforward. Waves of monsters spawn endlessly, one after another only after clearing 9 waves. Does a twin demon Wolf appear? Since this mutation, the dungeon has gone uncleared. Well, until yesterday. Someone cleared it yesterday. Completion time 32 minutes, 43 seconds yesterday. The dungeon was finally cleared. 32 minutes 43 seconds. Dungeons that track clear times tend to give massive XP rewards, and now one has appeared below level 20. Lucian is genuinely surprised. From everything he knows, this type of dungeon has never appeared below level 20 before. And yet here one is. Maybe the world is being corrupted deeper than before. This is a good thing. He's curious about who cleared it yesterday. He'll find out tomorrow, the next day. Dungeon zone to when Lucien arrives. Sophie is already there waiting. Today Rex and Zane are nowhere in sight. A pair of eyes is fixed on them. Sophie's hidden bodyguard. Lucian steps forward. Miss C. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
Sophie shakes her head. I just got here myself.
Barely 2 minutes. Which dungeon do you want to start with? Let's start with the twin demon Wolf. Lucian says he glances at Sophie's level.
2 days apart, she's already at level 16.
The twin demon Wolf. Are you trying to break yesterday's clear record?
Sophie asks with a smile. Can't say for sure.
But clearing it isn't a question. Let's check out the record board while we're there. Lucien says, I believe you can break it.
Sophie says, and she means it.
She saw what those blast talismans can do firsthand, that many of them deployed instantly. In a lower level dungeon like this, Lucian is just an overwhelming force. The way she sees it, for any monster in a low level dungeon to stand a chance against him, the creature would have to be completely immune to explosions.
After all, from what she knows,
Talisman mages only have one type of talisman. No one is waiting outside the twin demon Wolf dungeon.
so the two of them walk right up to the entrance.
The queue would normally be there's no one. They reach the entrance and check the record board. Clear record Vera Chin Frost Chin.
32 minutes 43 seconds.
Second place none. Vera Chin Frost Chin. Seeing those two names, Lucian's brow furrowed slightly. In George and the Chin family name, isn't that the city governor's family? Within the Federation,
Each city's governor holds enormous authority.
comparable to a regional lord. If these two are from the governor's estate, then everything makes sense. Sophie smiles over at him.
Want me to find out who they are?
I already have a pretty good idea. Let's just go in, Lucien says, shaking his head. People from the governor's estate. What does it matter whether he knows them or not? They have nothing to do with. The two queue up and enter the dungeon. Inside, Lucien finds they've spawned in a circular arena. Tiered stone steps rise in rings on either side, and stone pillars line the perimeter, carved with all manner of wild beast imagery. It looks like a coliseum. Lucien scans the stands. Spectators are seated up above,
A full-on coliseum, no question.
and then a wave of dark mist rolls in, and monsters burst out of it. All 5 are level 15-5 creatures. Some kind of mutant crocodile. Directly toward Lucien and Sophie. Lucien doesn't flinch blast. Talismans streak out 5 monsters. 5 talismans. A series of explosions rips through the arena. All 5 go down, then comes the system chime. Level 15 mutant giant crocodile slain. EXP gain 30 as the corpses vanish. 6 more creatures emerge from the mist. But half of their bodies have already rotted away. These corrupted hounds are level 16. 6 corrupted hounds charging straight at Lucien. Level 16 lunging to tear them apart. Lucien is always one monster. One talisman they drop effortlessly. Then comes the next chime. Level 16 corrupted hound slain. EXP gain 36 wave 3. More monsters higher levels rising with each wave. But every single one crumbles before Lucien's blast. The final wave arrives, wave 9. The moment they appear, they move fast. They fan out and encircle Lucien and Sophie. Clever little things, but against overwhelming strength. It doesn't matter, Lucien raises a finger. Closing the distance in an instant, the explosions tear through the wolves. Fur and flesh scatter across the arena. All 10 collapse, and in that moment, a howl tears through the mist. Then pounding footsteps echo all around them. Volv steps fast to whatever's running. It's running hard and it's big. Lucien instantly activates to swift talismans, pressing one onto Sophie's leg. This one boosts your speed when the boss comes at you. Dodge the moment the talisman makes contact. Sophie feels the buff hit her instantly. Speed plus 500 short notification. Wait, aren't talisman? From their awakening, so why does he have another kind? Sophie's mind is reeling. She already thought it was insane that he could release talismans with no cast time, no chanting, and now this. Sophie is certain. Lucien is nothing like any other talisman she's ever seen. This is an entirely different class. She even starts to wonder, was that S ranked talisman mage label in the party screen even real? The reason Lucien showed up as an S ranked talisman mage in the party menu is simple. His X rank designation was filled in by the system itself, which means no one else can see that he's X rank. The dark mist clears. A Volv steps into the open. Its body wreathed in pale blue demonic flames. Both of them burning. It looks like something that walks straight out of a raging inferno. It throws both heads back and roars, and a torrent of fire surges straight toward them. They move, both of them fast as the wind, fluid and immediate. The fire misses. Lucien fires back instantly. Over 100 blast talismans launched in a single burst. Explosions detonate across the Volv. The twin demon Volv has been blown into 2 separate wolves. Both howl in unison and charge from both sides. Lucien blasts more talismans out. The explosions knock them back and send them rolling across the ground. They get up completely unharmed. Then both wolves howl together, and in an instant, phantom Volv pups come swarming toward them. Watch out, they're immune to your blast talismans. Sophie shouts. She had literally just been thinking, if Lucien never runs into immune to blast talismans, she didn't expect it to happen this fast. Well, she's still talking. They're phantoms, but those claws can still tear flesh. A brilliant white ring of light erupts from Sophie, enveloping both of them. The phantom wolves dissolve the moment they make contact. We need to go. We can't beat the twin demon Volv. My barrier holds for 10 minutes. The twin demon Volv is beyond us. More than enough time to get out. Sophie urges leave. No. There's no need, Lucien shakes his head. But your talismans don't work on it. Sophie says, her voice tightening.
Who said blast talismans are my only option?
Lucien asks. Sophie goes quiet. Then it clicks, he just used a buff talisman on her.
If there's a buff type, there must be other attack types.
To the moment that thought lands,
That thought lands, her panic fades, replaced by anticipation.
she understands now. She's about to witness something historic. At that moment, the two wolves howl, then merge back into one. Lucien stares at the wolf, its body still burning with demonic fire.
His voice drops to ice. You're immune to blast talismans.
Fine, let's see if you're immune to this. He raises a hand.
Thunder talismans rise and float around him.
Launch the next instant. Storm clouds swallow the sky. Wind howls, lightning cracks. Boom, boom, boom. Thunder hammers down.
Striking the twin demon wolf again and again.
Bolt after bolt, each one as thick as a tree
Obliterates
trunk. The wolf into ash. Even after the wolf is gone, the thunder keeps falling. Lucien summoned too many thunder talismans. The storm hasn't finished. Sophie stands to the side,
Hand over her mouth, eyes wide open.
staring in disbelief at the spectacle before her. This kind of divine devastation caused by a talisman. At this point, Sophie has completely given up, trying to understand what kind of class Lucien is. Then the system chime sounds. Congratulations, level 20. Twin Demon Wolf slain, EXP gained 1,800.
Congratulations, you have reached level 19.
As the notification fades, Lucien glances back at Sophie. She leveled up too, hitting level 17. Let's go.
Let's go.
Lucien says with a smile, watching her still stare into space. Sophie snaps back to reality. What was that talisman just now? Thunder Talisman. Lucien doesn't bother hiding the name.
No reason to. Thunder Talisman, the name fits, Sophie says.
They walk out of the dungeon. Both receive a notification.
Congratulations. Twin Demon Wolf.
Dungeon cleared. Completion time 15 minutes 52 seconds. Congratulations, you have set a new clear record. Right after that notification, Lucien's system quiet for days.
Speaks up again.
Congratulations, new dungeon clear record set.
Clear record set.
Title unlocked. Advanced Awakened. Advanced Awakened base stats plus 10. A title. Lucien feels a rush of genuine surprise. He hadn't expected anything like this.
Plus 10 to base stats. Small now.
But the value only compounds as levels climb. He pulls up his stat sheet.
Checks the bonus values in parentheses.
He's satisfied. Modest for now.
Modest for now, but still
Stronger than what a single level up gives him.
Sophie, buzzing with excitement.
Grabs his attention. We actually broke the record. I have to tell Vera when I get back. She looks like she's ready to sprint home just to brag. Lucien hears this and figures she and Vera must be pretty close. That tracks kids from prominent families tend to run in the same circles. Record broken. Lucien gives a simple nod. No point raining on her parade. Lucien, where do we go next? Sophie asks. Doesn't matter. Any of them will do, Lucien says. None of the remaining dungeons come close to the Twin Demon Vault in terms of EXP. So it really doesn't matter which one they pick. The dungeon with the shortest queue and get to. Grinding smooth and uneventful. No surprises sometimes. The waiting line takes longer than the dungeon itself. Time ticks by and before they know it, they're on the last dungeon. As Lucien drops the final monster, the level up chime rings out. Level 20 Cackle Tiger slain. EXP gained 60. Congratulations. You have reached level 20. Congratulations, player. 5 levels gained. New talisman unlocked. Frost Spirit Talisman. Frost Spirit Talisman unleashes up to 100 frost spirits to assault enemies. Applies frostbite power scales with level. Lucien reads through the description. Another attack talisman, different element. Against enemies that resist other types. He now has another option. Lucien sweeps through the last few remaining monsters in the dungeon, then leaves with Sophie. By the time they step outside, dusk has settled. Missy, I'll be heading to the ravine abyss next. Once you hit your second advancement, let's team up again, Lucien says. Deal, but you don't have to keep calling me Missy. Just call me Sophie, she says. Alright then, Sophie, I'll see you around.
Lucian doesn't linger. He's already moving.
Not long after he leaves, Sophie's bodyguard steps up beside her. He bows respectfully, Missy.
Congratulations
On moving closer to your first advancement. I just hope that once I advance, Sophie murmurs, you will. The bodyguard says with quiet certainty. Lucien heads straight to Dungeon Zone 5. This is home to the ravine abyss. Arguably the best grinding spot available. Before first advancement, provided you're strong enough.
Entry requires being between level 20 and 30.
Even if Lucien had the strength of someone above level 20, before now the level lock kept him out.
Even with strength beyond level 20.
He couldn't enter before now that he's hit level 20. He can finally come here. The ravine abyss is crawling with monsters. And unlike most dungeons, this one can be re-entered.
The dungeons Lucian has been clearing up until now
Could only be run once. That's different here. Of course, the ravine
abyss is also far more dangerous than anything he's cleared before. People die in there every year. No one even bothers counting anymore.
Lucien arrives at the entrance. No line, not a single person waiting. Lucien walks straight in solo.
The moment he's transported inside,
He finds himself at the top of a massive canyon. The canyon slopes downward.
seemingly without end. Along both walls,
Sludge crawlers writhe and squelch. Every one of them is level 2-0. They move in clumps across the ground, looking frankly like rotting filth. And they reek nauseating. But don't be fooled by how slowly they move. The moment you step too close,
they spray corrosive liquid.
and some mutated variants can even launch metal spikes. For Lucien, none of that matters. He goes straight to blast talismans. Explosions ring out one after another, and with them a cascade of notifications. Level 20 Sludge Crawler. Slaney XP gained 100. Level 20 Sludge Crawler. Slaney XP gained 100,100 EXP per kill. Modest on its own, but sludge crawlers fill this place. Lucien descends, clearing everything in his path. After pushing several hundred meters in, the sludge crawlers thin out.
What lies ahead instead are walking skeletons.
Each one wreathed in ghostly blue flame, making them look all the more unsettling. They let out guttural shrieks, and the moment they see Lucien, they charge like they intend to tear him apart.
And devour every piece. Skeletons, huh?
Let's see how you handle thunder demonic creatures.
Demonic creatures.
Lucien raises his hand without hesitation. Thunder talismans fly, lightning crash down.
Crashes down.
The skeletons are reduced to dust. Mid-charge, every crack of thunder triggers another burst of EXP. Notifications. After wiping out every skeleton along the path, Lucien reaches a fork. One path goes left.
One goes right.
This is what the ravine abyss is known for.
The deeper you go, the more forks appear.
How many branching paths exist in total?
Has never been mapped. When you enter the ravine abyss,
As long as you're strong enough. Just keep pushing deeper. After 2 hours.
if you're still alive, the dungeon sends you out automatically.
2 full hours.
And no one has ever seen the bottom of this place.
When it comes to the unknown, Lucien knows overthinking is pointless. He picks the right path and walks in. The moment he enters, rotting wild dogs charge toward him.
Still level 20. No change in difficulty.
But a pack of rotting wild dogs swarming at once would be a serious problem for most classes. Fortunately, Lucien's firepower has no ceiling. He flings out blast talismans. The dogs are blown apart, chunks scattering across the ground. He presses forward, clearing the last of them. Lucien reaches the second fork and right on cue.
He levels up. Level 21.
First thing Lucien does is check his stat panel. He wants to know how his growth changes from 20 to 30.
Based on his level 20 data,
He can now see the new scaling. Each level gain gives 500 horsepower, 50 points to strength, defense, and agility, 200 to magic power, and 400 mana. But here's the catch. Each new level now requires 10,000 more EXP than the last 10,000 more per level. The grind gets deeper with every step.
Lucien takes the right fork again.
Pressing deeper, the next stretch introduces a new type of enemy. Flame-covered spiders. These are called burst spiders.
Burst spiders.
The moment they detect a human, they charge straight in and detonate. Each one is essentially a walking time bomb. The catch is if they self-detonate.
They die, but you survive and get 0 EXP.
The kill has to come from you to count. Dangerous and stingy with the XP. Nobody wants to deal with these. The instant Lucian spots them, he summons the Frost Spirit Talisman. These things self-destruct and burn. Let's cool them down. The talisman activates. In an instant, ice shards rain down and coat the ground in a gleaming, frozen path. The flames on the burst spiders flicker out. Then the shards pierce through them.
Life extinguished. As the burst spiders fall,
The ice shards slowly dissolve. The canyon, which had been scorching hot,
now carries a faint chill.
Lucian clears the rest and pushes deeper. Another fork he picks right again. The monsters here are level 21 now, up from 20. Just one level, just 10 more XP per kill. But with this many mobs,
Every extra point adds up. 10 extra
each kill becomes significant fast. At this rate, 2 hours probably won't be enough to reach the seriously powerful monsters. This place is built for groups, but both players need to be genuinely strong. Only then do you stand a chance of reaching the deeper levels.
Lucian keeps pressing in.
Clearing everything in his path, and can't help but think this place is something else.